Alright, before I get into the video, I want to say a few things. Thank you viewer for taking the time to look at my video, it means a lot. Also make sure to subscribe if you are new here. My best friend died. I'm not sure this fits, but it's so crazy that I have to tell it. I was in 4th grade when my best friend passed away from leukemia. I remember getting the phone call during dinner. The news turned my world upside down. The funeral was held in a tiny church in Nebraska. Everything about it was depressing, the lights buzzing in the sanctuary, the lack of decorations, the closed casket that held my best friend. It's probably one of the worst memories that I have growing up. Well, that is until the phone call we got a couple weeks later. My dad called me into the bedroom where him and my mom were sitting on the bed. He handed me the phone and said, "Hey, I think somebody would like to talk to you." And I almost shit bricks when I heard my best friend's voice. Turns out her dad made up the whole story because he felt he was entitled to money from the church cause he felt he was owed money for volunteering for them. Edited story because I got more info. My mom expects me to give up my dream, so she can exploit my skill and talents. I have been wanting to enlist for the 75th Rangers ever since I've been 11 years old. It's my dream to don the tan beret and make my dad proud of me so that he'll have no reason to be disappointed in me. My mom, on the other hand, has been using me ever since I was old enough to draw. I have been drawing since I was 3 and I enjoy it. Keep that in mind, because I'm going to tell you of all the things she's done. The first time I've ever been used by her was when I was 7. She tried to get me into modeling. I was a mix of Asian and Scottish, and she believed that if I were mixed, they would be more likely to take me. She mostly had this idea because she saw a French and Taiwanese couple make hundreds of thousands by putting their sons into modeling. Thankfully for me, I overslept for the photo shoot, which made my mom really angry and upset because she didn't get to claim the cash I would have made for her to buy another expensive handbag. An important thing here is that my mom and dad have been divorced for 2 years. And my dad has a girlfriend, who's a Chicago police officer. She's really supportive of my ideas and hates my mom for her treatment of my father, and the fact that she wants to defund the police, despite calling them constantly and even getting me a 6-month probation, and then adding another 6 months for lying to my probation officer saying I traumatized my younger brother, which was me being upset to my younger sibling damaging my belongings. And now the drawing. I am now 16, and I have a fuck ton of sketches of various firearms. My mom took notice and started asking me if I wanted to start a t-shirt company to sell shirts. I told her that I was going to drop out and go live with my dad, because he was going to help me with my GED, so I could enlist. The things she said after that was just so down-putting. She called me weak and refused to talk to me for the rest of the day. She pestered me constantly and said that she'd pay me good money to do it, but because she never paid me my share for shoveling snow, and claiming my money for savings over the years, I didn't want to do it. My mom is just really cheap, always going to Home Depot and asking every Hispanic man there if they work on landscaping, which lead to her not being allowed there anymore. I'm dropping out and doing what I want with my life. I'm not letting her exploit my talent and skills for her personal gain. Is this a gift or a loan? Many years ago, my so and I decided to get married. We discussed this with our parents, who made the decision to each gift us $7,500 for a total of $15,000 to pay for the wedding. Sweet, we thought. Well, it turned into a nightmare. Suddenly J.N. Mill wanted to dictate everything, from the guest list, wedding dress, costumes, venue, everything. More than once my so would be in literal tears about it. J.N. Mill would continually say, "I paid for this wedding. I should have a say." Eventually fed up, when she came over with another list of demands, I said, "J.N. Mill, was that money a gift or a loan? If was a loan, I will write you a check right now, but understand that you will no longer be welcome at the wedding. If it was a gift, then I'll kindly ask you to shut the fuck up about it from now on. Either way, you do not get to dictate our wedding plans." So, She got upset. I'm only trying to help. Me, well, you aren't. So stop it. Her, if you don't want my help, maybe I won't come to the wedding after all. I leaned forward and whispered, you really need to work on your threats, as the only reason I haven't banned you from the wedding totally is that your daughter really wants you there. Now get the fuck out of my house, and when you have decided whether you are going to be a part of my family or not, you can get back to me. She burst into tears and stormed out. Since then several flying monkeys have told me that I was inconsiderate and rude. My stock response, I don't care about your opinion. If you do not like what I did, feel free not to come to the wedding. In the meantime, leave me the fuck alone. Turns out that the money was a gift, after all, and though Jan Mill isn't talking to me anymore, she has pulled her head in and is not longer aggravating my so. I simply think that no one in her entire life has ever told her no before. In the end the wedding went without a hitch, the way my so wanted it, and we've been happily married for many years now. My Jan Mill slowly turned into a JY Mill, and we enjoy a cordial, if somewhat distant relationship nowadays. M with coronavirus demands a haircut for EK. Quick note, English isn't my first language, so I apologize for possible grammar mistakes. So my hair was really annoying me for a while now, so I decided to visit the hairdresser yesterday. The salon had very strict rules: wear a face mask, wear gloves. They asked the usual questions like do you cough, do you have a fever, have you been outside the country, etc. Also only one costumer and one hairdresser can be inside the salon and the others have to wait outside. Finally it was my turn. I told the hairdresser, HD, what I'd like, and she started washing my hair. Then entitled mother, M, and her kid, EK, arrived. The M was about 40, she had the typical Karen haircut and the I am better than you so I can be rude sunglasses. EK was about a 5 to 7 years old boy. He was very pale and looked sick. They casually walk into the salon ignoring the obvious red signs. None of them was wearing masks or gloves. M, hello, can you give my boy a quick cut please? HD, of course ma'am, I'm almost finished here. Can you please go and wait outside? Also we can only serve costumers wearing masks and gloves. If you don't have one you can get some at the store next to the salon. EK coughs. M, where are the other hairdressers? HD, it's just me until the pandemic is over. EK, coughs more. The hairdresser was getting annoyed at this point. Because M was still in the salon. She doesn't wanted to get in trouble. M, also we shouldn't be wearing masks just because my son has some virus. HD, your son has the coronavirus. I'm sorry ma'am, but we can't serve costumers who are sick. Please leave the store. M, come on, kids can't spread the coronavirus. HD, yes they can, please leave the store. M, you have no rights to refuse to cut my baby's hair just because he's sick. That's discrimination. HD, right. I'm calling the owner, you can discuss that with her. Please wait outside. M, whatever. I'm going to get you fired B*TCH. M and EK storm out of the salon. A few minutes pass by, HD is drying my hair. Then suddenly EK runs in and coughs directly in my face. Then he runs out as fast as he can. I swear I saw M grinning for a moment. I paid and left the salon as fast as I could. I regret not waiting for the owner though. I wonder how their conversation went. M tries to get a teacher fired and claims child violence. This happened when I first started teaching a year or two ago, but I was reminded of it, as I recently moved to another school and this M has moved schools yet again, as people are sick of her shit. It was the middle of summer and very hot, despite the fact that it was before 9 o'clock in the morning. M was doing the school run, and her daughter wanted her to watch something, but of course, M was texting and paying as little attention as possible. She was quite far away from her daughter, and she was slightly turned to the side so she couldn't fully see everything. The kid had climbed to the very top of the playground and was calling out to her mum. I noticed her out there and walked over closer, yelled up a word of encouragement, but also just to be careful. There was another teacher on the other side with another kid, and we were having a chat across the jungle gym type setup we had. M's kid climbs down onto one of those big wooden boxes and dances around calling out to her mum to get her attention, but mum is too immersed in her phone. The kid gets too close to the edge and falls onto the safety mat, but falls in such a way that I knew she had done some damage. I had been at that school less than a month and I was thinking, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Everything happened in a blur, and I don't remember everything. The other teacher rushes over and tells me to run inside to get the other teachers and ring an ambulance. I do that, as well as trying to keep the other kids calm and keep the other parents from being worried or concerned. I come back out, with the boss in tow, an ambulance on its way, and M, who is finally off her phone, instead of comforting her clearly hurt and distressed daughter, is yelling at the other teacher. I get closer and try to comfort the child, and M is screaming that she will call the cops and the media, because how dare we have climbing equipment for the kids. She's really taking it out on the poor teacher. She then starts yelling that she will get the teacher fired and she will ring child services and get her teaching license removed. Child services don't give out teaching licenses, but hey ho. M sees the boss and starts yelling at her too, saying how disgraceful this is. Never mind that she hasn't once tried to help or calm her kid down, she's too busy yelling out threats. She then says she saw the other teacher push her daughter from the box, and it's her fault that the leg is broken. The boss is shocked by this accusation, as is the other teacher, who is near to tears. M sees the effect she's having on the other teacher and keeps on with her accusation, demanding that the teacher gets given the sack and that the boss revokes her teacher's degree. Again, not how it works. I tell the boss that never happened, no one was pushing any kids. M's daughter was up there by herself and fell. M starts throwing out more threats and claims that she'll get me fired too. She knows people. The ambulance arrives and the girl is taken away to the hospital. M goes with her. We have to go in with the boss as all the paperwork needs to be cleared up. To make sure that we're safe, statements from both me and the other teacher are written up. The boss knows no one was pushed, but we don't know how serious this M is about wanting to take things further. Not making light of the situation, but this woman was a real troublemaker. She got her ex-husband reamed by police on false CP charges because he left her. She bragged about it at school with another teacher. That man went through hell, and all because he wanted to take a break from her. M came back that afternoon and spent more than an hour in the front office demanding that me and the other teacher be fired. She yelled that she wasn't going to leave until we were jobless. She threatened police action and child services, but nothing ever came of it. The boss in as many words told her that if she was unsatisfied with the level of professionalism, she could go to another school. Thing is though, this was her third school that year. She had a terrible reputation in the community and was constantly pulling her kids out of schools when things didn't go her way. The kid returned a few weeks later and was fine. M never started an investigation or called anyone on us. She did, however, threaten to get more teachers fired when things didn't turn out her way. I moved schools recently for a new job and another of her little gremlins is a student after she switched schools yet again. I made sure to give fair warning to my new colleagues of her reputation. Make sure to like, share, subscribe if you haven't done yet. Thanks for watching.